All right, Mouse Planet, I see Chris has joined us. I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll be talking to you live from Pandora in just a moment. Let's see, I'm going to get the camera turned around, I said. So let's see. All of this is more difficult, as I said yesterday, and the weather is absolutely beautiful. All right, I think this will work. There we go. From Pandora. It's not coming on the screen here. Chris, can you hear me? I can't see you in the stream.
I can hear you.
All right, I hear you now. Now I just got to get the banner off the screen and I should be able to see you and Pandora at the same time in the window if I find what's blocking. Here's what's blocking.
Hey, there we are.
Chris. Welcome, Chris.
Hey there, everyone. How's it going?
My camera's not on for some reason. Let's see. There we go.
Hey,
can you see Pandora?
Yes, I most certainly can.
And how come I put a free quote up for Getaway Today? We're not talking to Getaway Today today.
I don't know.
How about that? So how are you doing, Chris?
Oh, God. I just got home from school, from work. I'm fine. Fine.
Why don't you hit your camera kill button? And that way we'll just see the picture and your mic will stay live.
Stop
and
camera.
We can check. There we go.
Yes.
So, folks, I'm here on Pandora. Let me give you a quick summary of what I've seen today at Animal Kingdom. I'm actually standing over here next to Pongu Pongu, where you can get those beverages filled with those boba balls. Boba balls. There's the word I'm looking for. So the weather here is absolutely stunningly beautiful, shockingly so, because the forecast today was for 5 degrees warmer than yesterday, and I was roasting yesterday at Magic Kingdom. It was 75 degrees, but I sweated through a mask in an hour.
Looks glorious.
Today it's 80 degrees, and I've been wearing the same mask all day, and it's absolutely beautiful. Blue skies, very dry, wonderful breezes. Animal Kingdom itself is not that crowded. I'm standing right outside Flight of Passage, which I'm actually going to go queue up for when we're done with this because it's only a 30-minute queue and probably less than that.
Excellent.
We're approaching the end of the day here. It's 5 o'clock that Animal Kingdom's closing today, so the crowds have wound down. I actually just rode the safari twice. Saw the two cougars or cheetahs. I always forget which they are. Cheetahs? Cheetahs. They were cleaning each other. It was awesome. I got some good footage of that.
That's good. They usually hide.
Let's see, what else can I share? The wait for Expedition Everest was, I think, 20-25 minutes a couple hours ago. Didn't seem bad. I chose not to wait today. Didn't want to ride it today. Dinosaur had no wait. Chose not to ride it either. The other interesting thing, of course, here at Animal Kingdom is that, there's not a lot to do other than spend time with the animals. And the animals are fascinating, of course. But, with all the shows now closed and a lot of the attractions shuttered, like, what's the name of that wild mouse ride over in
my gosh, yeah.
Hester's? Yeah. So with the wild mouse ride closed, there's less and less to do. I'll turn the camera on myself. You can turn your camera back on. We can chat here for a moment. If I can get to the right buttons. There's a ton of buttons I got to push to change cameras, but I'm 3 days in. I'm getting a little better at this. There I am.
Good screen. Not too bad.
Go ahead. Turn your camera on.
I'm on. I should be on.
No, I'm just hearing your mic. Oh, wait. I'm not on the right screen yet. Hang on.
There I am.
Hang on. I'm still not on the right screen. There we go.
There we go, my friend.
Well, actually, I can look at it this way and still see you. And I'm seeing some comments. What are we getting in the comments?
Oh, I haven't looked. Let me take a look.
Oh, we got
beautiful skies.
They can hear me. I see my friend Liz can hear us.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So, whoops. There we go. There's Liz's comment. Look at what I can do from the palm of my hand or my fingertips. Really.
Are they doing? Is Animal Kingdom doing any kind of those special character spots that are popping up in some of the other parks? Have you seen any of those?
They have character cavalcades on the water.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, I haven't seen any of the characters on the water today. I did see one of the bands going by, but I have only been by the water during my initial walk through the park, and nice. I've been over away from the water for the last about hour and a half.
Cool. Have you eaten anything?
I have not eaten here. I ate at Epcot in the Food and Wine Festival's tent at the World Showplace.
Oh, great.
And I had the mac and cheese that we wrote about a few weeks ago.
Mm.
I actually didn't care for it as much as I'd hoped. The cheese was awesome. They had is it a Busan cheese, which was fantastic. But the mac and cheese, the texture wasn't what I was hoping for from previous visits. Um, but I haven't eaten anything else, and it's a little disconcerting. I was going to go see the bird show, for example, because
Yeah.
they have a scaled down version of the bird show, and they have you spaced in the theater, but people were also eating in the theater, so I was sitting rather close to people with masks off, and I decided to walk out and not stick
Well,
around for that.
that's justifiable. And you're not getting wet on over in Asia.
Say again?
You're not going on the rapids. Not getting wet.
I've only been on the rapids, I believe, once, way back in 2000, and I got drenched on a day that was 15 degrees colder than this,
So that was
and
it for you.
that was unpleasant. And the good news in that regard was Kali River Rapids was closed when I was over at that end of the park today. But it was only closed for technical reasons. It is regularly operating.
Right.
I'm going to turn my camera around and we'll walk a bit. And people were complaining that I jitter too much when I walk. But as you and I were discussing in text earlier, I'm not investing in carrying around another gimbal. The last one I had was crummy, to say the least.
They've gotten much better, but it is money. So.
Well, and what was the issue with mine back in the day was that it really didn't like the fact that I have the large format phone, and the large format phone does not work really well. Okay, you've turned your camera off, so I'll just go to the full screen view, and I'll walk over to the other side of Pandora. And as you can imagine, Pandora is the most congested area of the park that I've seen all day.
Yeah, I imagine so.
And Animal Kingdom has some tight spots, but unlike the tight spots at Epcot, none of those tight spots were particularly congested today. Magic Kingdom, of the three parks I visited, Magic Kingdom felt the most crowded, especially in Adventureland.
That makes sense.
And friends who've been to the studios tell me that Studios feels tremendously crowded at its limited capacity. And that's not shocking in and of itself either.
Physically smaller.
Yeah, and a lot of the pedestrian pathways at Hollywood Studios were opened up not as part of a plan to have them part of the theme park, right?
Sure.
Hollywood Studios sort of evolved over the years so that there's parts of the park that are pedestrian access that weren't always supposed to be so. They were supposed to be backstage.
Exactly.
But, here's the underside. The underside of the floating mountains are spectacular as usual. I got to take a few more steps and I'll show the rock work here at Pandora, but the sun is currently shining exactly where I want to go, so we'll go over this way.
I can hear the noise, which I love.
Oh, the soundscape here at Pandora is fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
I did learn the statistic when I was here for the opening back a few years ago of just how many different sound-making devices they use to create it. And I can tell you, having been backstage not far from here at Pandora, that the soundscape continues backstage for quite some distance, which is really wild.
Excellent. What is there?
Where I'm standing now, I'm actually getting wet. What?
Have you seen a wait for the boat ride, the Navi boat ride? Is that open?
I haven't walked that far yet. Let me finish walking in that direction. It says 25 minutes.
Oh, so that's great.
Which I'm not interested in waiting, even if it's half that.
Well, right, yeah. If you could get on it real quick, it'd be great. But 25 minutes
well, I was
for
going
that.
to say
25 minutes for that. 30 for Flight of Passage.
The Navi River ride is a beautiful ride.
Yeah.
It's a little bit boring, and I don't find it highly repeatable. It's a little bit repeatable, like if friends and family are in town, or I have a fast pass, or the park is closing and there's no wait. Yeah, but this piece of woven art out front, which is supposed to be Navi frozen woven art, but is actually, I believe it's a tribe in Africa that they had create these. It's just stunning, the level of detail that Disney puts into an icon for a theme park attraction.
Right. I don't remember seeing that. I've been there several times.
Well, this is right next to the entrance to the Navi River. This is actually the icon for the Navi River ride. And if I walk back towards Flight of Passage, there's a similar piece of woven art that represents the Banshee flying. Here's the drummer circle, but I believe that there's no drumming.
They're in there.
You know, it's interesting because as I was showing off yesterday with the Dapper Dans, there's bits and pieces of live entertainment,
Right.
but obviously the vast bulk of the live entertainment has been socially distanced.
Right. Or discontinued.
Well, the official statement that Disney put on the Disney Parks blog on Friday, and I quoted from in the update on Tuesday, was that, you know, they hope to bring back as much of it as they can as soon as they can.
Sure.
And, you know, with investments in stage shows and whatnot, you'd think they would bring them back when the time is appropriate to bring them back. But, you know, there's a lot of now retraining time and crew time and all that that'll be required. But so here's the Banshee.
Yeah, that one I remember that.
Which is, you know, it's also stunning.
Yep, absolutely.
So do we have any more comments that I need to take a look at? No, I just see some hellos.
I'm enjoying it. Wishing they were there. I agree, Barbara, Mulholland. I wish I was there too. So.
And how are things in your part of the tri-state New York area?
I mean, you know, New York is okay. we survived election night so far, even though businesses on Fifth Avenue and whatnot were boarding up. But you know, otherwise, it is a beautiful day here in New York. It's all of a sudden gotten warmer. So we were in the 30s and 40s for a while, but now it's a beautiful 50-degree day out there. So.
Well, thanks for joining, Chris. It's easier to talk to somebody rather than talking to myself. And
yeah, I figured I'd give you a helping hand today.
Seeing what's what around here. I like that we can do this with StreamYard. I wish it were a little bit simpler. I'm going to put the camera back on myself. You can turn your camera back on. And let's see, get it back on the front camera.
Yep.
There we go.
Very nice.
All right. So with that, I mean, one of these nights, maybe we'll do another live. It used to be we were doing these on Wednesday nights, but not tonight. And I think too many people are tuning into other things.
I would say so.
But let me get the nicer view of the rock coming out of my head. How's that?
It's good.
So I've got the Maleficent dragon and the rock coming out of my head.
Perfect. Quite a mix-up.
So thanks for joining. And so I'm seeing Liz is asking. She doesn't see many strollers. There's a fair number of strollers, but certainly less than you would see on a typical park day. You know, nothing too much out of the ordinary. Pretty. There's a decent number of kids, a surprising number in some respects, but you know, as I wrote in the update this week, as one of my friends observed, Disney World is one of the only fairly responsible places where you can really still go on vacation right now.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Absolutely, I read that.
If you're comfortable going out, they're doing as much as they can. I mean, no, the risk isn't zero. I've done this 3 days in a row, and I'm going to take a little break now.
Right. Well, we appreciate you going out there and showing us what's out there. That's for sure.
Well, I like getting out of the house for a few days. It's been a nice change of pace, and the weather has been finally we're into fall in Florida.
On Florida.
Unfortunately, that hurricane down in Central America, Eta, is apparently going to turn and come towards us over the weekend.
I saw that. Good luck with that.
So the original forecast was nowhere near Florida, and now it's, well, we'll see on Sunday. Yeah, hurricane season just seems to never end. Fortunately, most of the rainy season has ended. And you see, I'm wearing two masks. This dragon mask likes to drop.
I saw that.
The other mask doesn't. So with that, I'm going to put the exit music on. Chris, thanks for joining. I'll see you on
no problem, everyone out there. Thanks for tuning in to us. And Alan, go enjoy yourself. I wish I was hopping on that ride with you. And we'll see you soon.
Great. We'll see you all real soon. Take care. Bye-bye. That's the countdown. There we go.